Hello there. Welcome to our first virtual preview event live from our Cincinnati warehouse showroom. My name is Palmer. I'm the marketing and creative director here at Everything But the House. We have an exciting collection to share with you today out of Tuxedo Park, New York. Interior designer Brad Boles has decided to shed a huge selection of his personal collection in order to refresh for his own palette and in an effort to look forward personally. Collecting beautiful items has been a passion of Mr. Boles, and he is very excited about the new search ahead. Pieces of this collection come from Mr. Boles' extensive travel and worldwide hunting. With pieces coming from locales like France, Morocco, England, Mr. Boles encourages you to push yourself to get comfortable traversing cultures and centuries, tapping into mixed styles of global eclecticism. We have a great crew of experts from our talented EBTH team here to share some of our favorite items and answer some of the questions sent in by our online community. Please remember tonight is live, so bear with us. I already messed up just a second ago. Come along for the ride and let's see what happens. We want to hear from you. Chat questions and let us know if there is a specific item from the Boles collection that you want to know more about. We will do our best to share more detail on that item. All right, here we go, guys. Let's get started. Jen's going to pop over and talk to us about some chairs we have here.
Well, these Louis XV Bergère chairs are a fan favorite, and it's easy to see why. They're absolutely gorgeous. What I like about this this style of Bergère chair, number one, is they're comfortable and they're elegant. I mean, look at this curvilinear line along the top rail. It's got great carved detailing, which is mimicked again along the apron and at the cabriole leg. They're caned at the back and curved again. Comfortable chairs that are just absolutely gorgeous, and the patina is perfect. I mean, this is only accomplished through years of love, and someone has really taken care of these.
So does a chair like this have to be displayed in a traditional home?
Oh, absolutely not. I think that these would be incredible statement pieces in any home. I can see them in a more contemporary setting, or just as comfortably as they would be in someone's home that collects antiques.
Yeah, I feel like the celery green really pops and would pull it off in a modern place.
I love the upholstery, and I think that it's very neutral. The seats are feather filled. Yeah. Again, these are comfortable chairs that you're going to use. You're not just, they don't look beautiful. Yeah. They're comfortable as well.
Very cool.
Great pair of chairs.
Awesome. Thank you, Jen. We're going to move over to Kara. I think she's got a piece of art set up over there. It's one of the more popular pieces in the site.
Hey, Palmer.
Hey.
So we have here a painting by the British artist Leonard Richmond, and he painted an array of subjects, but was particularly known for his cityscapes and landscapes. I love this work because it's a more expressionist example of his work. You don't see this typically in his style.
It looked like, as I was coming up, it kind of looks like a landscape.
Yeah, absolutely. At first it looks like an abstract landscape, but if you look closer, it's actually an underwater scene. You see the really colorful coral and the
That's
foliage.
crazy. Yeah, the crustaceans, and then there's fish there.
There's actually two fish in the middle, and the artist beautifully captures this break of light through that radiates throughout. I love that he skillfully shows this sense of movement in the piece. You can see with the very gestural brush strokes. There's this real sense of mystery in this piece. Even though it's very bright, it's very mystical and has this kind of fantasy aspect to it. Very, very expressionistic. And it's also great because it's presented in this beautiful gilt frame. What's great about this frame is you can see it has delicate arabesque kind of molding.
Yeah.
But it's not your typical very bright gold tone.
Yeah, it's not
gilt.
like over the top in your face.
Exactly, exactly. So, if it had been a bright gold tone frame, I feel like it would have competed with the piece, but it really allows it to shine. But I think this piece would really brighten up someone's room very nicely. So.
Very cool, very cool. All right, well, we're going to move over. Meredith's got a couple of very cool Portuguese mirrors that are kind of flanking another part of our showroom, and she's going to share a little bit about those.
These, Palmer, are one of my most favorite pieces from Brad's collection. What I love about them is that their scale is super impressive. The mirrors are richly carved in an arabesque foliate with tulip accents throughout, surrounding the beveled glass. I think that they're super modern because they're painted in a dove gray, which you're seeing is in the housing market right now, a really big trend. And what I think that makes them even more modern is that they are a matte finish, and they're also very distressed. Something that I think is an even cooler detail is that there's almost like a two-tone paint color happening with The frame right around the mirror and the flowers throughout are slightly lighter and almost a little bit milky. I think that these mirrors would look amazing in any entryway or flanking a sideboard, as we've shown here, or even in a newly renovated, updated bathroom over a double vanity.
Awesome. Thanks, Meredith. Hey, Jen, why don't you pop in here? I think we're going to talk about this Louis Vuitton trunk. Let me grab that for you.
Sure. Thanks, Palmer.
No worries. All right.
Well, this piece is cool because these don't come around very often. It's a Louis Vuitton train case. These were made popular by ladies at the turn of the century. That they were when train travel was really popular, and ladies were exploring again. So they would keep their toiletries in here, and they'd be able to freshen up wherever they were.
Very cool.
Now, pardon my French. It's been a long time, but I think it's pronounced a boîte bouteille, which translates to bottle box. And as you can see, the interior, if you'll help me just tip this forward a little bit, yeah, you can see inside that there are loops of leather, and those would hold your bottles in place so that they, toiletries and things that you would use to freshen up. So of course it has the mirror.
Well, I'm also noticing the serial number, and it still has the maker's stamp in there, which is very cool.
Exactly, and that dates this piece to the 1960s.
Very cool.
So, and that's why it has this nice patina. It's got, brass hardware at the corners that would protect the case. Again, great patina, the iconic Louis Vuitton monogram canvas. The handle's in good shape. It's marked Louis Vuitton. Everything about it is just right as rain, and it's just a really cool piece. Oh, and we want to talk about
cool.
the initials at the front, which are hand painted under a crown, and we have looked and looked and looked to see if we could find out who this belonged to. To no avail.
Somebody special, though.
To no avail. I'm sad to say, but at the same time, it must be somebody so special because they've earned a crown. So anyway, super cool piece.
Right on, right on. All right, well, I think Kara's set up again. We got, she's got a piece that's one of her favorites in the sale. We're gonna go over and check that out here and see what she's got.
Hello again.
Hey.
Yeah,
Here,
so
this
is probably my favorite piece in the entire collection. This is a painting that's done in a folk style by the Brazilian artist Roberto Cesar Lopez.
So, like, tell me what is folk about this piece.
Okay, yeah, sure. So it was done around 1968, and some typical characteristics you're going to see are very simple shapes, very flat, bright colors that have little gradation. You're going to see very stark outlines. Notice that the figure is very frontal and stiff. That's something you're going to see a lot. I love it because, it's an interior scene, and there's very little sense of spatial reception.
Everything's
here.
super kind of flat.
Yeah, it looks like the wall and the floor are almost like on the same plane. And the overall piece, it almost just looks like a collage, not a painting, because all the patterns are very flat. You can see you have this Moorish pattern in the background. It has very...
it seems like there's a lot of different texture and pattern in here.
Exactly, and then you have very delicate pattern in the swan bench. My favorite part of the painting is her legs. They look like these little twig legs, but then they have this really endearing, delicate argyle plaid pattern. This is a really small piece, as you can see, so it would add a lot of pop of color in someone's room, but I think deserves a really intimate place in a home.
Yeah.
Like I said, it's one of my favorite pieces, so you're probably going to be bidding against me.
All right, you heard it. So you're going to have to bid against Kara on this one, sorry to say.
Actually, we did have a question about this icon over here.
This thing's cool.
Yeah, it's really fantastic.
Sorry, it's probably a little far away for you guys. We'll try to get some zoom-ins on here, but this thing's got a lot of detail. It's pretty cool.
So this is a Greek Orthodox icon, and it shows Our Lady of Perpetual Help, excuse me. And someone asked what that means exactly. That's a canonical image in Catholic imagery that's been around for centuries, actually since the late 15th century. And what you're going to see in that image is a picture of the Virgin Mary, and she's dressed in red, which is the color of the Queen. Then she has the child, and he's surrounded by instruments of the Passion. On the left, you're going to have the Archangel Michael, and on the right, Archangel Gabriel. This piece is especially valuable because it's in an 18-karat gold frame. And it has this stand on the back, so you can put it on a shelf or an altar or even a desk.
It's present itself.
It's very portable, yeah. And I mean, you can just imagine the skill that goes into a small
I mean, the
piece.
detail on these birds and on it's insane. It's
Very, very
meticulous.
Yeah, and very skilled work here.
Very,
so,
very cool.
Yes.
All right, I think we got another piece set up that people were interested in, so we're going to go talk about some guardian lions. Here we go. Jen, what do you got?
I love these guardian lions. They're actually snow lions, and snow lions were very important in the Tibetan culture. Not only did they represent strength and courage, but also joy and bliss. And I love the way they're always shown with their mouths agape and their tongues kind of hanging out. They're slightly snarled, so you can't tell if they're fierce or fun. One of the things that, always an upturned tail. And one of the interesting things is they're always shown with like these wings at their shoulders and at their ankles.
Okay.
But snow lions never flew. Actually, their feet never touched the ground. They were always portrayed as jumping from mountaintop to mountaintop because they were just so joyful. So
Frolicking.
Yeah, frolicking, exactly. What I like about these is the scale of them. The scale, the patina, everything
Yeah,
is everything.
these things are like.
Yeah, they're very heavy.
They're hefty.
Yes.
They're very cool.
They're not going anywhere. Exactly. So anyway, they're just terrific.
Yeah, they'll stand out, stand guard, and keep an eye.
Yes, they'll keep you safe.
Awesome.
Absolutely.
All right, I think we're gonna let's go drop these down. Or do we have something offline, or do we want to talk about the topiaries? We ready? Let's do the topiaries.
Yep, let's move these down.
Hoo-ah! All right.
There we go.
Here, I'll grab one of these.
I'll grab this one.
All right,
for
Meredith, what do we got here? You want to talk about these guys?
Yes, these are beautiful Italian terracotta topiaries, and what I love about them is that they're vintage, and you can see that they were really loved by Brad or who owned them before
Even
him.
prior, yeah.
There's a little bit of wear around the base and in certain spots.
I mean, I think the
in the
little
fruit.
distressing and crackling is like good character.
It definitely gives them a lot more character. I also love that they're a pair, of course, and
sure.
the fact that their scale is so large.
Do we find pairs of these, or is it kind of hard to keep a pair together, I guess, over the years?
We've actually never seen one like this. They're almost Capodimonte style, but we weren't able to find anything exactly like them. What I love about them is that they're so tall and that they're overflowing with all different kinds of produce, but they have a pineapple finial on each, which is a symbol of good luck. In traditional Chinese culture, feng shui, the pineapple is a symbol of wealth, fortune, and prosperity. So I think that they would just look extra opulent on a dining table or on a sideboard like we've shown here,
Yeah,
or even
beautiful.
on a mantle.
Flanking a piece on the mantle
Exactly.
that'd be really cool.
Exactly.
Very
I love
cool.
them.
Nice statement pieces in a fresh room.
100%.
Very cool. All right, I'll let you guys get these things put back up there, displayed perfectly.
Thank you.
And I think we have some ancestral portraits that Kara's going to take us through. Let's get over there and see what she's got.
Hey, so these are a stunning pair of Chinese ancestral portraits. They show the Qianlong Emperor and the Empress on the left. So ancestral portraits were basically images of the imperial family and court members and sometimes affluent Chinese people at the time. They were kind of like the equivalent of portraits on ancient Roman coins that showed the profile of the emperor, and it was a way to get the image out there and into homes and official buildings. And today, this type of painting is considered a very important type of Chinese art. It's very collectible.
So was the emperor, was he important? And I'm not going to say the name because I'll murder it. So like,
Yes, he was actually considered a deity figure. So numerous likenesses of him have been produced, many found in households and official buildings.
are these, like, it looks like they're kind of on glass. So it's
Absolutely. So these are actually reverse glass paintings,
Okay.
which makes them a little bit unique because typically ancestral portraits were on scrolls.
Okay.
And what you have here with the emperor, you can see he's wearing a yellow robe or a gold robe. That's the imperial color for him. And that robe is decorated with the Chinese five-clawed dragon, which is the animal he was associated with.
Cool.
And he's also on a dragon throne, a very majestic dragon throne. Now on the flip side, while he was
What's she got going on?
yeah, while he was associated with the dragon, you can see that she is on a throne. She was associated with the phoenix. So you're going to see the phoenix motif throughout
Yeah, that's cool.
her throne. But these are highly collectible. They are important because they didn't really reach the marketplace until the fall of the Qing dynasty, which was in 1911. But what these were important for was because they showcased the value of the culture at the time. They spent a lot of time showcasing Chinese furniture, the decor, the elaborate textiles. You can see the focus here is on showcasing, you know, their robes and the thrones that they're sitting on. But yes, very, very special pieces in this sale.
Incredible, cool. All right, well, let's stay here. I think these chairs are actually super, super popular. So Jen, why don't you come on, let's talk about these chairs and see what we're going on. Maybe somebody out there can tell us what these are currently at on the bidding. We'll throw that in here at some point. What do we got?
Well, these chairs certainly make a statement, don't they? Not only their color, but the form. And this form of chair, or it's called a porter chair, has been popular more recently, but the first time we see these chairs is actually in 16th century France. And that is when wealthy families would actually hire a porter to sit in their hallways to kind of keep sentry, be the gatekeeper for the family, to keep them safe, to announce visitors, to accept packages, that sort of thing. So the shape of the chair was important because these gentlemen would be seated in pretty drafty hallways probably, so it kept them kind of comfortable, but also the acoustic shape was thought to keep them more focused and more paying attention.
And maybe not pick up on some family secrets.
Exactly. So anyway, they're very an unusual shape that's become popular again.
Yeah, and that, I mean, the color's great. And what's up with the motif on the back here?
Well, they're upholstered in a Ralph Lauren blue and white toile fabric, which is appropriate since they're French chairs. And then, of course, this kind of electric blue on the interior of the chair, and it's in this really nice, purposefully distressed finish to make them look old, although they're reproductions of an older form. Again, we have a feather-filled cushion, so these chairs are going to be comfortable.
Yeah, they're plush.
Yeah,
very nice, and the electric blue will pop. It's cool.
Exactly, and to have a pair again,
they're great.
really
yeah,
nice.
super
right,
cool.
Exactly.
All right, well, thank you, Jen. That was
Thank
awesome.
you.
Did we get a number? Do we know what these are currently going for?
We're at 700.
700. All right, get in there and bid before they keep going up. All right, so wow, that's pretty cool. Some really cool stuff. Do we have any other questions that are coming in online that we want to talk about, or?
Actually, yes, we do.
Awesome, very cool. All right, Kara's set up with a little bit more.
Yeah, so we had a question actually, what are sugar bases? And they're exactly what you think. They're used to sprinkle sugar on pastries and fruits of the time. It's something that was used during the time of George III.
Cool.
So,
yeah, very cool. That's pretty.
Do we know
and
what
there's some great detail on there too.
Yes, absolutely. So,
Awesome.
do we have were there any other questions about the sugar
Any
bases?
other things flying on? All right, cool. That is awesome. Well, what an amazing collection. I love the worldly influence Mr. Boles and Mr. Boles' willingness to push towards maximalism. Be sure to follow your favorites at EBTH.com and get, as you look towards the sale this closing on Sunday night. We will be back with another virtual preview September 9th, showcasing award-winning textile artist Mia Bouet, and we will be sharing her collection, which includes her Nana's incredible vintage hat collection. Designer fashion and gowns created by Mia herself. This sale will be extra special as it is being filmed as part of an upcoming TV series we are currently developing. Bidders will have a chance to be featured on that episode as the sale closes. So until then, keep hunting for everything uncommon. Happy bidding. We'll see you next time. Thank you.